All right, welcome back to 6.8 liter garage. Big treat today. Laptop guy's back. So the people who love him, good news, he's here. People that hate him, I guess you can skip that part of the video. But today we're making another saw project. Got a long-time friend, the Coronas, long-time friends of ours. Thought I'd make them a sign. I've known Fred for 50 years and haven't made him anything, so I'm gonna cut it. Well, you know what, I'll save the details for what the sign is. Let laptop guy tell you about it. So go see what he's doing. I'll get all this set up, get the handle taken off of this, and get it ready to cut. So see you when you get back from laptop guy here. Okay, laptop guy here. I'm gonna demonstrate how I drew the Corona sign, the cutout for a saw. I already got the outline. This is the actual outline of the saw. I would show you how I did it, but there's really no trickery here. I know this is a 90-degree angle. I used an angle finder to find this as a 10-degree angle, and then I just measured 24 inches across the bottom, the tooth side, 1 3/4 up here. This is 21 inches, and this is 6 1/4, 6.5. So once I got it all drawn out, I used the measuring tool to check it, and it's well within tolerances for what I'm doing here. So this is the area that's okay to cut. So this area of the saw I cut. The handle's out here, but you obviously don't want to cut the handle or try to cut under the handle or anything. So this is the total area I have to work with. So first step is to now define the area I want to cut, because I like to leave a border all the way around that's untouched, so I don't have to worry about cutting out of the side of the saw, and keeps it more sturdy. So first thing I'm going to do is duplicate the shape. So Control D, duplicates, and then aspect ratio is locked. You can see it's 24 inches wide, and I'm going to change that to, I already know the number, 20 inches wide. So I'm going to, let's see, hit the right buttons. So let's just move this around. So the outside line is actually the border of the saw. The inside line becomes the area where we'll be working. So let's line all that up. Control A, select them both, and we'll align center, and we'll align them vertically. It probably is, I'm sure, is exactly aligned vertically, but this area, the border on the top is much smaller than the border on the bottom. So I'm going to shift that a little bit just to even that out. So I think that looks more even. And just to get the white behind the, go to document properties and resize content. Whoops. Control A, highlight, or actually unselect everything. There. So now you have the white behind both lines, give you a better view of what's going on. So like I said, I wanted to center that so it looks more even. This is just a measuring dot. This is 0.125 inches, or 1/8 of an inch. And we'll use that later. I didn't mean to save that on there. It's just a trick I do use. So the words on the saw is the Coronas. Now, a person with the name Corona probably doesn't have any trouble at all finding things with their name on it. But I've known Mr. Corona for about 50 years, so I'm going to give him a gift. Wow. Let's change the font size to, say, 4 1/4 inches, so you can see see what I'm mistyping. So that's the biggest piece of text, and we're gonna move that onto the saw. Something like that, I think. Should work. And we need the word the. That might be a little bit too big. Let's make it, double click in here so we can Control A to highlight the whole text. Let's do 4.2. Just a hair small. I like that better. Okay, and while we have a text tool up, let's do the word the. Control A to highlight everything, And I'm going to make that, let's make it exactly. Let's make it 2.1 inches. Should be about the right size. Do something like this. Alright, so that's pretty much what the sign's going to look like. This outside won't be part of the file when we're done, but so now the thing we have to do, let's zoom in a little bit. We can select the text and go up here to path, object to path. So that changes that text object to a path. And then let's path break apart. So now the letters are separate paths on this file. And then real simple, I'm going to select, just one. Select the T, select the inside shape, shift click, and then path difference. So that hooks the T to the drawing. Do the same thing with the H, shift click the rest of the drawing, path and difference. Now the H is connected, and the E, shift click and path difference. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to move this up a hair just so we have a better connection to the saw. Shift click, path difference. So the word "the" is now connected, and so this one's has a little bit extra step. So the word Corona, let's make sure I didn't just move that too far. Moving things everywhere. Okay, so let's click the word Corona and path, object to path. So, and then split apart, break apart, excuse me. So note, letters that are a single line are fine, like all the letters in THE, but this O here is actually two pieces. So then we need to select the two pieces, the inside circle and the outside circle, and combine them back together. Gotta do that for each one of these O's. Path, combine. So when we subtract them from the outside, or when we difference them with the rest of the drawing, it is processed together as a single object. So the A is connected. Alright, and then it's the same operation. Click the C, shift click the rest of the drawing, and control minus is the same thing as saying path difference. So control minus. So if I click the O, shift click the rest of the drawing, control minus, R, shift click the rest of the drawing, control minus, O, shift click the rest of the drawing, and we'll just go through all these real quick. A, shift click, control minus, and the S, shift click, control minus. Alright, so now we've attached the and the Coronas to the drawing. This outside shape we don't need anymore. So this is the actual part that will be cut out of the saw. The letters will be remaining, and everything else will be blank space. So the only thing left to do is File, Document Properties, and resize the content. Oh, one more thing before we go. This little dot. So what I like to do is draw a 1/8 inch dot. So you can see it's not 1/8 inch. 0.125 inches. So I use this dot. You can drag it around. And anything that's closer to than that could be an issue. I mean, if things are smaller, that's going to be fine. So it's just a way of measuring to make sure that I don't have things too close together.
I don't see a problem here anywhere. So anyway, that's what that little dot's for. And file, document properties. There we go. So you do that, resize it so that the setting 0 on the Arcdroid is much easier. So makes more sense. So if I save this guy, and then open up sheetcam, import drawings, Chrome SVG. Boom, there we go. There's our sign. And now the cut operation. And that's it. So you can see that the cut starts are in the no man's land where I want them. Nothing's cutting inside the actual letters. And I think we're good. So then I run post processor, generate the G code. And then this G code, Corona G code, is what we need to import into the Arcdroid and cut it out. Let's go out in the garage and do it.
Okay, we're all set up. Hey, wake up, laptop guy's done. All right, so we're all set up. I got the saw laid out. I've done a dry run. I think it's laid out the way it should be. We'll see. I've got the cut 60 set up for 30 amps. I've got the air at 55 pounds at the cut 60. Got 110 inches per minute travel, and we should be ready to go. So let's see what happens. And there we go. Alright, did all of you smarter than me people figure that out? If you don't hook your ground clamp up, you get the pilot arc and then it goes off. So if you see that happen, what just happened a second ago, check your ground. So the ground was laying over here, not hooked to anything. So nothing got moved, so it should be able to just run it again. So see what happens. came out pretty good. I did have one cut here. I noticed it when it was running that started late for whatever reason, so got a little piece there that's holding on. I'll cut that off. But everything else looks really clean. Turned out pretty good. So let me get this all taken apart and we'll get set up to clean this up, get the dross off and hit it with the sander and then a little bit of lacquer and it should be good. Alright, the pieces came out easy. I shook it, lifted it up, and the big bulky piece came off. This piece that wasn't cut very well, while I was still on the cutting grid, I put a chisel on there and a hammer and popped it once and it broke right off. So it was easy to clean this stuff out. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, blends into the workbench, but there's very little dross on this. Won't take much time with the grinder at all, and I'll just sand it, get it shiny, and that'll be that. So here we go. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Sign's still sitting here in the paint booth. Just got a couple of coats of Minwax lacquer I sprayed on there. Anyway, I have to shout out to the laptop guy, welcome him back. Hopefully it didn't bore you guys. Do me a favor, leave a comment, let me know if you want more laptop guy, less laptop guy. Maybe laptop guy needs to make his own channel. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll keep making these videos as long as you keep watching them. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.